What's up, you guys? Unfortunately, Tesla is down 4% today, sitting at right around $216.65. And what we're going to do in this video is go over the next level for Tesla, how we saw this sell-off coming, which we have been talking about in the videos this week. And we're going to talk about the $74 million on Tesla. We're going to go over these options more. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Peter DiCarlo. I've been a full-time trader for the past 8 years. I run an online trading community with over 12,000 members in it, and I've worked with over 2,000 mentees within my life. My goal is to simply help you guys achieve, as stupid as it sounds, your financial freedom. I was in a bad place in my life. I was a convicted felon 10 years ago over marijuana, and ultimately my life was in a really bad place. And I had decided that I needed to take things into my own hands and that I wanted something that wouldn't care about ears or my criminal background even. And the market was what I fell in love with because it's just simply raw data, but we put emotion to it. And my goal here is just to share with you guys my trading journey. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and check out our Discord community. Now, taking a look at Tesla, guys, we're sitting right here around $220. I currently have some Heikin-Ashi candles set up. A lot of you guys were asking about that yesterday, so we are going to talk about that in a video probably coming out this weekend, or I will shoot it on Monday. Tesla closed at low of day. That is not a good sign. When you're looking at a candle, and really specifically think of this with a daily candle, the daily candle is a tug of war. So if you think about it as the fact that we opened today at 225 and we literally did nothing but fall and closed at the absolute worst, who is in control of that pull right now? Obviously, that is the bears. The other thing is looking at the volume profile, which we were explaining yesterday. This volume profile on the side of your screen here is going to show you where institutional levels are buying and selling. And basically, we have no control over the stock market at all. The only thing that you're responsible for is getting in and getting out and hoping to predict where the market is going at the time, not for sure know what's going to happen. I think of it as, a speeding freight train and get from one side of the city to the other side of the city. It's probably not safe, but that's how we used to do it when we were kids. But if you decided to train hop, you would have to look at that specific train and say, where do I think this is going? Does it look like it's going into the city, or does it look like it's going south of the city? Does it look like all of these things, as crazy as it sounds, like you have to decide just by deciphering at what's happening, in this case, price action, trend, volume. And the only thing you can decide is when you get on and when you get off. Unfortunately, many people don't get off too soon and they blow their accounts up. But in this instance, right, we're looking here, we're watching Tesla for the past couple of weeks at this level, and we're saying it's looking like if we break this high level of volume, there's a high probable chance that Tesla's just going to crater down to $200. And I know that for a lot of people, when you hear that back at 260, when we were talking about this, you're like, bro, there's no way in hell that's going to happen. The probability was that we were going to bounce, but that didn't occur. So you have to always be objective and you have to always be ready for what's going to happen next. Once we saw this support level break, we had literally no volume, at least down to 212. And our major area of volume that we're going to be moving to next is going to be $200 to $180. And so you can see the money flow index is about to be very oversold. But if we go and look at the flow for the day, this is going to be the heat map for Tesla. I posted this within the Discord community, but basically what a heat map is going to do is show us what the options were on the day. And the cool thing and the most important thing that you guys are going to see that we're looking for is confirmed flow. So if you look here, all of these numbers, C0, C1, C2, this basically means any numbers that you see within the C0 column, these are options that are going to expire this week. So AKA tomorrow. We don't really care too much about those unless you're somebody who's day trading. Now C1, those are going to be options that expire next Friday. And C2 are going to be options that expire 2 weeks or further from now. And subsequently the same situation. P0 is puts expiring this week, P1 is puts expiring next week, and P2 is puts expiring 2 weeks plus. Now all of the numbers in white are unconfirmed flow. And now a lot of people, this is why I say 99% of flow is bullshit and just noise, but a lot of people will look at these flow numbers and be like, look at all these options. If we cannot confirm it, we don't care about it. When it comes to trading, all I focus on is clarity. So I want to focus and make sure that these were for sure on the bid, which means that they would be sold, or at the ask, which means that they would be bought. And we'll explain that in a little bit. So all of this here doesn't really matter, but you will notice that we have a lot of people selling 235 calls as well as 235 calls for next week. So this isn't enough conviction for me to be like, I think for sure we're going to close below, 235, but it's looking pretty solid there. If we go back though, and we actually look at our alerts for the day, you're going to see that nothing too crazy as far as anything out for the next couple of weeks, a lot of 818s and a lot more 818s. If we go to the top bearish flow, like we said, this is all confirmed flow. So if we looked at like most active puts, you'll see Tesla has 136 million, but that's unconfirmed. Bearish flow means we have 74 million. So looking at this, we still have a ton of selling pressure, nothing too crazy as far as like the next couple of weeks, but a lot of selling pressure, and Tesla closed at low of day. So in my opinion, I do think that we will probably continue the sell-off. If we do look at the 4-hour though, you will notice that 220 is where this 200 SMA is. So there is a potential tomorrow that we could bounce back up to maybe 230, 231. As we move into talking about QQQ and SPY, I do think that we will probably see the market bounce. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla catches this 200 SMA on the 4-hour and bounces. Also on the money flow index, we are very oversold on the 4-hour as well. So I think best case, Tesla bounces tomorrow up to 230. Worst case, we're going to 200. I am not going to revisit trading Tesla until $200 unless we get a strong bounce in the market and I can start selling covered calls against my long-term position or doing call credit spreads. If you guys want to understand how to do those in depth, go to our Discord community, go to our courses and seminars section, and once you're over there, you can go watch all of our credit spread videos, which will teach you how to do it. Guys, I highly recommend, especially if you have a small account, please go watch those videos. It is the #1 thing that literally changed my life and changed my trading career. So please go and check that out. Now, before we hop off, I want to take a look at the weekly, because as we were talking about this yesterday and the day before, we were looking at hopefully, SPY holding the 11 SMA, QQQ holding the 11 SMA, and both of those have obviously fallen through. But looking at the 22-day SMA, which is this blue line, we are holding here right at 219. So I wouldn't be surprised, like we said, to potentially see this at least hold tomorrow. If we break, the next level is down at $200, which is congruent with our technical analysis across the daily chart. Thank you guys for all the support. As always, if you guys want to go and trade alongside of us every single day, you can get access to my private Discord community. You guys will get access to all of my trades, all of my alerts, as well as all of my trading bots. I've taken all of my strategies over the past 8 years and I've put them in trading bot format where you will get the pinpoint entries and pinpoint exits every single time they trigger. Thank you guys for all the support. Check out all of our links in the description as well as our free courses, and I'll see you next time. Peace.